everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Gringo Show. Great to have you back with us, and it's amazing to see the various places in the country people are watching us from. Again, keep sharing. It's most certainly places I would actually like to be right now. But I cannot start the show without addressing the terrible tragedy that occurred on Tuesday in Uvalde, Texas, where 19 children and 2 adults were killed in a mass shooting at an elementary school. Uvalde is located in South Texas, and 80% of the population are Latino. So this hits even closer to home, as many of our viewers are both Mexican and American. In his morning press conference, AMLO shared that most of the victims were of Mexican heritage.
De manera directa, nacidos allá, digo acá, no se sabe, pero de que son de origen mexicano, la mayoría no hay duda.
So the question here is, when will these mass shootings stop? And it's ironic that when I and many of you tell people in the US that you live in Mexico, there's a gasp of fear. And the question is it safe over there? Or, I won't go to Mexico because it's too dangerous. And then you hear in the US news of multiple people dead in elementary schools, supermarkets, movie theaters, at a workplace. And that rarely, if ever, happens here. Now, I'm not saying Mexico is not a dangerous place. Many are killed without a functioning justice system to protect them. Women are in danger. Journalists who have been seeking the truth have been killed. We too have our problems, but they're different. In Mexico, you can't walk into a Sanborns, buy a semi-automatic rifle, and walk into a mall and kill people. The Uvalde killer bought the gun on his 18th birthday. Yes, you can probably find a gun on the black market somewhere, but it's pretty difficult. And those guns that you buy here are manufactured in the US and smuggled here. Now, in the coming weeks and months, there's going to be prayers and speeches and memorials, probably a concert, sing-alongs, and lots of candles lit. But there will be nothing done about it in Congress. And the factories north of the border are going to keep making more of them and keep both of our countries unsafe. If, say, I had a gun machine in my house, I make the gun, give it to you, and then you go and kill people, aren't I responsible for those deaths too? And as I mentioned, women are constantly in danger, especially those like Cecilia Monzon, a mother, lawyer, and activist who was gunned down after leaving the gym last weekend in San Pedro Cholula, right next to Puebla. She dedicated her life to defending women in court on social media, earning the title Defender of Women. This tragedy here was that it reported that she had gone to the prosecutor's office to demand alimony from the father of her child, who was also a politician, just one day before she was killed. After her death, feminist groups, legislators, and many women came to this prosecutor's office to demand justice, with the feeling that her killer will not be found. AMLO reacted to this in his morning press conference.
Un abrazo pues, a sus familiares y lo mismo decirles que ya se está trabajando.
The newspaper El País reported that in 2016 she wrote in her blog, "I am an intense woman in every way and in everything I do. I love life and enjoy it at every moment. I love the law and I am passionate about my career. I love politics, and every day I strive to dignify it and to make use of it for the benefit of people and our society. I enjoy every minute that the universe gives to me, and I try to give myself time to enjoy my work, family, friends, and even the enemies that always make me feel important." Well, I know she's very important now for the feminist movement in this country. But there's some good news today. The Mexican Ministry of the Environment, Natural Resources, the Semarnat, announced this week that the amount of monarch butterflies that migrated to Mexico last winter increased 35%. Supposedly more are hearing that there are lower taxes, better weather, and lots of shuffleboard in Mexico. I'm just wondering who's the guy that has to count them, count the butterflies. 1, 2, wait a second, stop flying, hold on. 3, I want that job, right? In other news, monkeypox is starting to pop up in the news as more than 200 cases have been identified in various European countries, such as North America, Australia, and now in the Middle East. The disease has been around for a while in West Africa, where it is an endemic and was spread after a British traveler came back to England with a case that he contracted in Nigeria. "Nigel, you have spots on your face. What's that for?" My terrible English accent. The smallpox vaccine that most of us get when we are children are 85% effective against the virus, and one specifically for monkeypox was just approved in 2019 for adults in the United States. There's good news here. There have been no reported cases so far in Mexico, but we'll keep our eye on that. 2022 gubernatorial races are heating up as voters go to the polls on June 5th to select the leaders in 6 states, whose past governors were elected in 2016 before the Morena party took power. Mexico City head of government Claudia Sheinbaum was in Tamaulipas, not sure why, maybe to gas up her car or maybe to have a steak. Like, I don't know, what would you do in Tamaulipas, right? No offense, Tamaulipas, I used to live there. But she was actually campaigning for Morena candidate Americo Villarreal, where she proclaimed that Mexico is ready for a woman president. She has not hidden her intentions to run for the Morena nomination, and if she wins the nomination, she will not be the first woman to run for president of the country. In 2012, Josefina Vázquez Mota, and not related to the makers of marijuana, was the nominee from the PAN party who ran on the slogan, "A woman has all the answers," and was defeated in the election by former President Enrique Peña Nieto. With all that has been talked about on the show so far, is Mexico really ready for a woman president? In some lighter news, some say the post-truth era has begun, where doctored fake videos take over the internet to make some people believe that it is true. Last week, a fake video of Detroit rapper Eminem circulated social media in which it appeared he was rapping about AMLO. Take a look.
Do you even know what's going on in Mexico? They're being led by this old geezer. Not a leader, just a regular fake Jesus.
I don't even know if Eminem knows AMLO or even knows if Mexico even exists. Many Americans do not. When I'm on the phone with a customer service agent and they're like, what's your state? And I'm like, I live in Mexico, Mexico City. And they're like, is that in New Mexico? And I'm like, no, Mexico, the country. And there's a few seconds of silence and confusion. Listen, I don't always support the president's crusade against his enemies, but there seems to be serious money behind this video. I would understand if he made a video like, I went to Cancun and the skies are pretty and I got the shitties. Don't eat the all-you-can-eat buffet at that all-inclusive, fuck yeah. Then I would say, thank you. Thank you. I know, I'm gonna be a rapper. Then they say that the video could be real. That does it for this edition of The Gringo Show. Thanks for watching. If you like us, please subscribe to the show. And as always, please share with your friends, family, your communities. You can watch us on Facebook or YouTube. This is the show where we read the papers, we listen to the news, we go on Facebook, we watch the mañaneras, so you don't have to. Please, and hope to see you next week.
Gringo, Mexico is laughing thanks to you.